So I was watching this John Mulaney skit, and he said 13-year-olds are the meanest people in the entire world. Well, just look what my students made about me.
Well, make me go viral. I'm at 700 views in 24 hours, so don't think it's going to go viral, but we'll see. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's going to be a very short lesson for you guys today. Reminder, if you want to do a one-on-one call, feel free to sign up during the Sign Up Genius or just text me at 770-855-2017. Some of you guys like doing the Zoom calls, but you prefer just to catch up more so one-on-one. So if you want to do that, definitely feel free to reach out. They've been pretty good just to kind of hear from people, not just in a quick check-in, check-out setting. Reminder, your 4th period Zoom is today at 11 a.m. Today being Wednesday, in case you're watching this later. And then 6th period, you are tomorrow on Thursday at 11 a.m. Here's the bell ringer as usual. Please click pause in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back. 3 feet above average. So that's a positive 3 because the word above. The submarine descended. Descended is a key word. -2. You rose 5 feet, meaning you went up by 5. A credit, not a credit purchase, but a credit of $45, kind of like a stimulus. $45 positive. A debit of $99, that is a negative $99. So this is 4 and 1/4. So if you remember what Miss Jones and Miss Knifer / Robinson taught you guys, remember it's 4 and what is 1/4 as a decimal? You can do 1 divided by 4. Or you just know that 1/4 is a benchmark fraction, it's 25 hundredths. So the percent would be 425%. The reason why is you move the decimal 2 places to the right. Same thing here, move it 2 places to the right, you get 350%. And then it would be 3 and 50 hundredths, or 3 and 1/2, whatever you prefer, or 3 and 5/10. A lot of different options here. The percent is given to you, so you move the decimal 2 places to the left, and you get 0.37 or 37 hundredths, and you say that decimal correctly, it helps you with the fraction, 37 over 100. Mark the opposite, so you have 1 here, the opposite is -1. -1, 2, 3, -3, 1, 2, 3, +3. 9 here, -9. -11, 12, 13, 11, 12, 13. Why are they opposite integers? Because they have the same absolute value, meaning the distance away from 0. Okay. Here, today we're going to make a box and whisker plot. I'm only going to do 2 examples. Let's make this video short and sweet so you can practice on my website. So here are all of the different animals that are land animals that they were able to track their speed from greatest to least. So they already did the hard part of the work for us by putting it into a long order from least to greatest. So our first step in creating a box and whisker plot, so if you don't have pen and paper, you should get it. Your first step is to order from least to greatest, or order by value. Your second step is to find the maximum and the minimum. So I'm going to write my 5-number summary right here. Looking at the list, what is my minimum speed? It is 9. What is my maximum speed? Put it down at the bottom. And it is 75. Your next step is to find the median, which is the middle number. So remember, the way we do that is we start at the top and our bottom, and we work our way towards the middle. Remember, I showed you to use your fingers And I can't obviously show you my fingers on here. So I just use the check marks starting from either end and moving towards the middle. So my median, the middle number, oops, excuse me, is 43 and 97/100ths. Okay, so that's our middle number. Our first quartile, and this is where a lot of you got confused yesterday, got a lot of text messages and calls. Your lower quartile is the median of the lower half of the data. So I'm going to use this green, I'm going to show you. So this is the lower half of the data. And then in red, this is the upper half of the data. The way that you find quartile 1 and quartile 3 is finding the median of those two halves, so the middle of the middle. So here I'm going to use a yellow check mark and start here, go to the bottom, here, go to the bottom, here, go to the bottom. Uh-oh, I have two numbers in the middle. So if you remember from our data unit, what happens when I have two numbers in the middle? I gotta find the middle of those two middles. So you add them together and divide by 2. So you would do 35 plus 30, which is equal to 65, and do 65 divided by 2. So 65 divided by 2, 5 goes into that 2 times, so 32 and 1/2. So your first quartile is 32 and 5/10, or 50/100ths. Then let's find the median of the upper. So cross those and those and those, and you get the 50. Well, there is no middle number in between 50, so we know that our easy one, so our third quartile is 50. Now we're ready to make our dot plot, or our box and whisker plot. It's also called a box plot. That's the way you'll probably see it in the future. It's called a box plot. We have to find our intervals. I don't want to do 1 because I'm not going to make 75 different marks. So I'll probably do 10s just for the sake of time. Okay, so I'm going to start with 0, 10, 20. And you want to make this as even as possible. And y'all know my handwriting's trash, so sometimes it's not always easy for me to do it. The best way to do it is on graph paper. Okay? So then we're going to plot points above the line so that we know where it is. So we have our minimum here at 9, our maximum in between the 70 and 80. We have our median at 50. We have 43 and 97/100ths, so it'll be right here. And then we have 32 and 50/100ths, which is right here. Now this is the easiest part, but where people get confused. Well, where do I draw the box? I'm confused. So the box goes around the middle 3 points. So you put it around quartile 1, quartile 3. You draw a line down the median, which was 43 and 97/100ths. I think I called 50 the median. I apologize. That was quartile 3. And then you just draw your whiskers out. Here and here. Now, what was the point of this? What is the point of making this box and whisker plot? It's to visualize the spread and the shape of the data. So it's showing you easily, you know where your max is, you know where your minimum is, you know where the median is, meaning the middle number, the middle fastest animal is right in the middle of the data graph. And it's spread out pretty fair, but however, what you want to notice is the shape of the box. And the shape of the box is pretty consistent, meaning most of the data lies within that data set. Here's the last one. Okay, this is a boring about the Supreme Court. They did not put it in order from least to greatest for us, so we need to do that first. We're going to put all of our data set in order from least to greatest. Go ahead and click pause so that you don't have to watch me do this for like 5 minutes. Click pause, put them in order yourself, and then when you unpause, the video will be in order from least to greatest. Okay, so I put it all in order from least to greatest for us. So my first step is to do my 5-number summary, or my next step. I apologize for misspeaking. So my minimum is 1. My maximum is 34 years. And now I'm going to find my median. Go straight towards the middle. And our median is going to be 11. Put a line right here since we had 2 in the middle, so that's going to be that 11. Now draw a box around your upper half of your data and then your lower half of the data. Let's find our first quartile. It's the median of this side. So 1, 11, 9, 4, 5, 9, 6, 8. So quarter 1 is 7. And quartile 3 would be, cross out the 11, 34, 14, 28, 16, 22, 17, and 19. So quartile 3 would be 18 if I did it correctly. Then we make our box and whisker plot from there. So here, let's go by 2s. 0, 2, 4. This is going to really allow us to see the spread of this data. Because some Supreme Court justices only sat for a year or 2, and then some sat for 30 plus years. Okay, now we plot our points above the line. 34, 1, 7, 11, 18. Draw your box around the 3 points, your whiskers, draw your median line. So if you notice, this is kind of an outlier where the majority of the data lies within this box right here. So that's cool. Go ahead onto my website to the practice questions, and I will see my 4th period today on Zoom. Hope you guys have a good day.